The world's population is growing. Living standards continue to improve. As a result, global energy demand is expected to double by 2050 when compared to 2000. To help meet this demand, gas performs an increasingly important role. Natural gas is plentiful and is the cleanest burning fossil fuel, but some natural gas resources are in remote locations and transporting gas by pipeline can be costly and impractical. The solution? The gas is liquefied by cooling it, which shrinks its volume for easier, economical and safe transportation by ships. So how is liquefied natural gas produced? Natural gas extracted from the ground contains impurities, water and other associated liquids. First, it is processed to clean it. It goes through a series of pipes and vessels, as gravity helps separate the gas from some of the heavier liquids. Other impurities are then stripped out. The natural gas passes through a water-based solvent that absorbs carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide, which would otherwise freeze when the gas is cooled and so cause blockages. Next, the remaining water is removed, as this would also freeze. Finally, remaining lighter natural gas liquids, mainly propane and butane, are extracted to be sorted separately and used as refrigerant later in the cooling process. Traces of mercury are also filtered out. Now, the purified natural gas methane and some ethane is ready to be liquefied. This happens in heat exchangers. The coolant chilled by giant refrigerators absorbs the heat from natural gas. They cool the gas to -160 degrees centigrade, shrinking its volume by 600 times. This turns it into a clear, colorless, non-toxic liquid, liquefied natural gas or LNG, that is much easier to store and transport. The LNG is kept in insulated tanks for onward loading into a specially designed LNG ship or carrier. The LNG carrier then sails for the regasification terminal at Hazira. Once the LNG carrier is received at Hazira, this cryogenic LNG is unloaded into LNG tanks using a 1 kilometer long unloading line connected to the LNG carrier through unloading arms. LNG is then stored in LNG tanks at -160 degrees centigrade at atmospheric pressure. These tanks are double-walled storage tanks, specially insulated to minimize heat gain. LNG is then pumped at high pressure through various terminal components where it is warmed in a controlled environment. The LNG is warmed by passing it through a heat exchanger using seawater to warm up the gas. In a vaporization process, LNG of 75 to 80 bar and -160 degrees centigrade converts to a natural gas with a pressure of 75 to 85 bar and 24 to 26 degrees centigrade and enters the pipeline system. The regasified LNG is sent to Mora substation located 14 kilometers away, and finally, through a gas grid, residential and commercial consumers, example, power and fertilizer plants, receive natural gas for their use.